A local couple found themselves in quite the scary situation this summer. They took a wrong turn on what they thought was a short hike and got lost. It was dark, they had no water, no food, cell phone was dead. Their 100-pound dog injured and unable to walk. An unlucky circumstance for sure, turning around once they came across a mother and her Boy Scout son. There are different hikes on the Waimano Trail above Pearl City. On August 29th, local residents JD and Amy took their dog Smokey for what they thought would be just a 2-mile hike. They got lost and ended up 7 miles deep into the trail. They didn't see anybody for hours, but then they ran into David and his mom Christine, who were finishing up David's 15-mile merit badge hike just before dusk.
And then we asked, "Oh, do you need any help?" And they said, "Yeah," because then they showed us that the dog's paws had some cuts on it, so it hurt when the dog would walk. When the dog would walk, it would just be really painful.
JD tried to carry the dog on his back, but it was just too heavy. That's when David's scout training kicked in.
So we built them a stretcher using a big tree branch that we broke in half. Then we used our shirts and slid it on and used the armholes to fit the sticks through.
It's a technique David learned from his older brother, who is an Eagle Scout. Christine was skeptical it would work.
And actually, it was his idea to make the stretcher because we didn't think it was going to work because we didn't think a dog would get on a stretcher. But the dog was so tired, Smokey, that he was just very happy to get on the stretcher, and we just carried him out.
Christine and David didn't have any cell service, so they all took turns carrying Smokey 3 miles back to the entrance. It wasn't easy on David, who had just played a soccer game before going on his 15-mile hike.
It was really tough, but we rotated. So sometimes we did 4 people, 1 on each side, or 2 on each side, and then we went to 2 people, like my mom and the man, and then we go back, and then the dog would get off and walk some, which was really helpful to let us relax.
They made it out. Smokey was able to get his injuries cared for and is now doing well. David says it's a good reminder to be prepared before hitting the trail, packing water and food, and knowing your route.
Just make sure that whenever you're doing an activity, always think of what can go wrong and how you can prevent it.
His most important takeaway? How good it feels to help others.
I think that when you help someone out, it's there's something joy in you that's just you did something good that day.
David is with Troop 311 in Kailua.